Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Evening News. This is Aminat Shyama. Looking into tonight's top stories, Defence Minister Mohammed Nazim says that the government aims to build a runway, a terminal for jets and 2 resorts in North Tilafalu, an island being developed for the Defence Force. Maldives Monetary Authority MMA says that 28 artists submitted designs for the Run DhiTV commemorative note series to be introduced on the 50th Independence Day of Maldives. And Hulumale development project began 10 years ago. Under the work carried out in the first phase of the project, a large part of Malé city's population have shifted and are now living in Hulumale.
Seriously, Nabil,
Benon laveng activate kolleva magoja savaf hatere sumaka SMS kurava.
Defence Minister Mohammed Nazim says that government aims to build a runway, a terminal for jets and 2 resorts in North Tilafalu, an island being developed for the Defence Force. Addressing the ceremony held to mark Coast Guard's 35th anniversary and inaugurate Coast Guard's harbour Kalasi in North Tilafalu, Nazim said that the North Tilafalu project will be carried out in accordance with government's plan and that by end of the project, facilities that will generate income for soldiers will be established there. He said that in addition to building a runway and 2 resorts, facilities to repair yachts and ships will also be established in the island. Maldives Monetary Authority MMA says that 28 artists submitted designs for the Run DhiTV commemorative note series to be introduced on the 50th Independence Day of Maldives. Deadline to submit proposals ended last night and MMA has begun evaluating them. The opportunity to submit designs was open to all Maldivians. According to the bank, the new series of notes will include enhanced security features and a brand new design. After evaluating the proposals, best 6 artists will be shortlisted and they will be informed of it on the 11th of this month. The best design will be awarded 400,000 rupiah. According to MMA, they decided to release a new note series, citing that the security of the Maldivian rupiah notes can be stepped up by introducing a brand new note series with a different design. Hulumale development project began 10 years ago. Under the work carried out in the first phase of the project, a large part of Malé city's population have shifted and are now living in Hulumale. Meanwhile, efforts are now being carried out to begin the reclamation work under the second phase of the project.
Hulumale development project began 10 years ago with a huge master plan to convert a lagoon into an island. It was a project undertaken by Qayyum administration in 1997 to solve the issue of shortage of housing faced by people living in the capital city region. First phase of the project was targeted to house a population of 60,000. Under that phase, 188 hectares of land was reclaimed. When the project began, the target was to complete the first phase by 2020. Under the efforts to reach the target, so far 30,000 people have started living in the island. While a major part of the first phase have been completed within the last 10 years, Housing Development Corporation HDC, which is carrying out the project, is now getting ready to start land reclamation work of the second phase of the project. The work will be carried out by Dredging International, a Belgian company, and $30 million taken from Bank of Ceylon as a loan will be spent on the work. Under the second phase, 240 hectares of land will be reclaimed, targeting a population of 100,000. According to HDC, land reclamation work of second phase will be completed within 6 months. Although delays were caused due to difficulties in procuring necessary equipments, final preparations are now underway to begin reclamation work.
And now here is this week's editorial report.
All the presidents of the country had claimed to love the country and its people. They had claimed that they had no personal agendas or motives in serving the people. But it is crucial for citizens to think deeply about this and wonder whether their votes were sincere. 5 years has passed since modern democracy was introduced to Maldives with a new constitution. None of the presidents Maldives saw during this period completed a full term, but there are 3 former presidents who are benefiting greatly from the constitution. President Maumoon Abdul Qayyum, whose 30-year tenure was marked by severe allegations of corruption and autocratic rule, which were against the existing constitution. President Mohammad Nasheed, who stepped down from the power 3 years into his tenure following similar allegations, and President Mohammad Wahid, who was ushered in as the president following the President Nasheed's resignation. All 3 are enjoying the benefits and allowances granted to former presidents to unimaginable extents. When the huge travel, food, medical, entertainment, office, car, driver, and bodyguard allowances given to these 3 presidents are deducted from the state treasury, one may wonder whether there will be anything left for the people. Although the state is spending millions of rupiah on these 3 presidents every month without any limit, citizens are not made aware of how and to what extent the state is spending on them. However, there should certainly be someone or a group who can reveal these things to the people and taxpayers. Even though details of these expenses are concealed to the public, claiming that it is a matter of national security, information revealed by credible sources indicate that the highest amount is being provided to former President Maumoon Abdul Qayyum, who ruled the country for the longest period. Whether these former presidents have an office or not, whether the office is functional or not, they are given a 50,000 rupiah office allowance per month from the people's money. And while nearly $100,000 is spent on each of their overseas trips, be it medical or leisure, the highest amount is being spent by President Qayyum as the longest-serving president. According to the sources, in his overseas trips, he is usually accompanied by his old friends and family, who enjoy 5-star services as well as 3 bodyguards. Although according to the same sources, incumbent president is accompanied by just 2 bodyguards. Despite the situation, some are of the opinion that even the president does not have the power to control the situation. Because it is written in the constitution, the parliament passed a law allowing these former presidents to enjoy the taxpayers' money without any limits. Many agree that former President Mohammad Nasheed, who stepped down from the power after 3 years, is spending these allowances to defame the country abroad, destroy the country's tourism industry and economy. His numerous trips to the UK and other Western countries to provide false information about the country and trips to accept medals and trophies from these countries are all being made with the taxpayers' money. And President Dr. Mohammad Wahid, who ruled for merely 2 years, is also enjoying the same allowances according to these sources. When it is being written or read about the sincere services these 3 presidents provided to the country and its people without any personal agendas, if the taxpayers or the people are made aware of the allowances they are taking from the services they provided, they certainly would not believe that these presidents were sincere.
Sifawar, the harbour established for MNDF's Coast Guard, has been inaugurated. The harbour was inaugurated by Defence Minister Mohammed Nazim during a special ceremony held at North Tilafal yesterday to mark Coast Guard's 35th anniversary. Addressing the ceremony, Nazim said that Coast Guard plays a vital role in Maldives' National Defence Force and that they are the first to reach the scene and provide assistance in various disasters and accidents at sea. Noting that 2014 was a successful year for the Coast Guard, he said that current government is trying to increase the priority given to Coast Guard and is carrying out efforts to develop it. In that regard, he said that government is trying to bring a landing craft and a massive sea vessel for Coast Guard. Nazim further said that efforts are also underway to strengthen various Coast Guard areas across the country and added that their prime focus will be on making squads established in various areas as active as possible. Lawyer Ismail Wisham has been appointed as the Assistant Attorney General. An official of the AG's office said that the appointment was made last Thursday. Wisham has won several civil cases against the state. He had represented Malaysian company Nexbis in the controversial border control system case against the state. He was previously working at former Attorney General Husnu Sood's law firm Sood and Anwar Co. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.